Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it has been probably about a month since I filmed and 3 weeks since I've uploaded a video. I've just been feeling like pretty uninspired lately. I haven't really been doing too much, and now with the whole coronavirus going around, I haven't been going out. I am still working. I work at a daycare and we have not been closed down yet. I'm not sure if we're going to be closed down, but as of right now I am still working. So today's video I'm going to be telling you about when I got my gallbladder removed. So in the fall of 2012, there was a hurricane that came through the East Coast, Hurricane Sandy. Those of you that live on the East Coast probably remember it. Usually when hurricanes start, like, they come, like, from Florida and then work their way north, and then I feel like usually by the time they get to Long Island, they're not as bad, but this one was super devastating. I didn't have school for at least 2 weeks. Long Island was flooded. We lost power for like 2 weeks. We ended up going to my aunt's house because she only lost power for a couple of days. So we went there because obviously, like, we didn't have power, so we had no heat, and it was the end of October, so it was freezing here, like we were all wearing layers. So my whole family ended up going to my aunt's house to stay there. So I ended up going to the supermarket with my aunt one day and like going food shopping with her, and I had like these really bad stomach pains, and they were so bad that like the only way I felt better was being like hunched over. Yeah, really bad pain. My parents just thought it was like stress from like the whole hurricane and like not having school and having to like stay at my aunt's house. But it kept happening, like, kind of randomly, where I would just get, like, these horrible, like, stomach pains. Just, like, really bad. And they would last, like, not for that long. Maybe, like, the longest was, like, an hour. But they were unbearable. And it got so bad that it was the middle of the night one night, and my dad was no longer living with us, but I went to my mom's room and said, "Mom, I'm having these stomach pains like really badly again." And as a kid, I was kind of like a hypochondriac, like I thought something was always wrong with me. So my mom just kind of was like, "You're fine, just like go to bed," and like shut her door in my face. And I called my dad, and he was like, "Alright, try like drinking some milk, and you know, if you don't feel better after that, then call me again and I'll take you to the hospital." So I drank some milk, waited maybe like half an hour, and I still wasn't feeling any better. So he took me to the ER. I think it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I ended up being there until like 7 or 8 in the morning, and then I got discharged at like 10 or 11. So I think when he took me, it was 2 or 3 in the morning. They ended up doing a CAT scan, and they actually found that I had gallstones. And then I think I ended up being discharged at like 10 or 11. And my mom and brother like came, and my mom apologized for like shutting the door in my face. because they had like found that something was wrong. So that was in January. So then we scheduled the surgery for February, I think it was February 17th of 2013. So I was on spring break I was a senior in high school. I was on spring break that week, so it ended up like working out because I needed like a week to recover after. So that worked out really well. I had the surgery at the same hospital that I went to, like, with the pain that, like, discovered that I had gallstones. Yeah, it was really scary. I went in at, like, 5 a.m. It was, like, an outpatient surgery, so, like, I went in, had the surgery, and then I was discharged the same day. But I don't know, it was just really scary. I remember when I was like in the actual surgery room, like I was crying just because I was scared. Like I was 17 years old and having like this, not like major surgery, but just like any surgery. If any of you have ever had surgery, can relate. Like it's scary. Like you're going under anesthesia, you know, they're like cutting into you. Mine was done laparoscopically, so I have like 4 incisions. I will insert a picture here so you could see this is what it looked like after the surgery. So it was minimally invasive, and like 7 years later the scars have like pretty much faded. But it definitely was scary. I remember after the surgery waking up and I think I had like some ice chips. I was like very out of it the whole day and just like sleeping like at the hospital. And my mom said like it took longer than they had thought. I'm not sure why, like I don't know, but it definitely had taken a few hours. Then they had to make sure like I could pee before they discharged me, and I had like the feeling that I had to pee, but I wasn't able to, so then they had to catheterize me, and that was like the worst thing in my life. Like, it was so painful, but they were like able to do it, and there was like half a bag of urine, so like clearly I had to go, because I hadn't gone since like the morning, and at this point it was probably like 4 or 5, like it had probably been like 12 hours since I had gone. So then we were able to leave the hospital, and then like that whole week I pretty much was just in bed, recovering. It was kind of painful, like, to like get up, because I had like, you know, incisions in like my abdomen, as you saw from the picture. And yeah, it was pretty wild. And now I am having like these weird episodes where like it's usually after I eat, but the last few episodes that I've had have been like I get this feeling that like I'm hungry, like out of nowhere, like I'm like very hungry all of a sudden, and then it just turns to like nausea, to the point where like I've almost thrown up. But I have these anti-nausea pills, so I'll take one of those and then I'm okay. But like for the past few years, it's been like where I've eaten something and I can't pinpoint it to any particular food, because it's been like after like steak dinner or like eggs and toast for breakfast. Like it's not a specific thing. So Joey now works for a gastroenterology office. So it recently happened, like it's coming up on a month ago was the last episode. So I was like, okay, I like need to figure out like what's happening. So I got an appointment there, and I saw one of the doctors who was very nice. I told her like this whole story pretty much. And now I have an endoscopy scheduled for next Friday. So I will definitely give you guys like an update on like what they find and like what exactly it is. I'm really not sure, but I'm excited to like find out and know like what's wrong with me. I did see a gastroenterologist a few years ago when this was like happening really bad, and he prescribed me an antibiotic. I don't remember what it was, but I remember like it was supposed to help like when I was having an episode, but it just made it worse and it made it happen like more frequently. So he was like, okay, stop taking those, obviously. And then he scheduled an MRI for me, so I had that done, and they discovered like a small cyst on my liver, but it was like too small to like be causing like what was happening, and was also like benign, so that was good. But I'm just like, I don't want to say excited, because like I don't want to, you know, have to be like under anesthesia again, because like that's what's gonna happen when I have the endoscopy. But I am excited to like hopefully like find out like why this is happening and be able to either like change my diet if it is something I'm eating, or like be put on some type of medication so this doesn't happen, because it's honestly happening like once a month where I get like extremely nauseous. I turn like white, like whiter than I am, which I'm very white, but like I lose like all color in my face, and I get like my heart like races. I'll get like diarrhea like really bad for like 24 hours straight, and it's just not fun. So if any of you guys can relate or have had these type of issues, let me know in the comments. Like I said, after I get this endoscopy, I'll definitely give you guys an update and let you know. Surgery is very scary to me, but I am excited to hopefully find an answer. So I hope you guys like this little story time of getting my gallbladder removed. It was an experience, and every year my brother took like photos that day, and they always pop up like in my time hop and like Facebook memories, and it's crazy that like it's been 7 years. And I think these problems have to do with getting my gallbladder removed, because for the first couple years like it was fine, like I had no issues, and then it started happening, and like my liver does have to work harder because I don't have a gallbladder to like break down bile. So we will see what the doctor says, and I will definitely let you guys know. But make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.